This is Chris Bales. Like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Bales, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. It'll be down there in the description box, and I'm here to do my WWE Friday Night SmackDown, February 16th, 2024 reviews. So here we go, discussing about tonight's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. Now, we kick off the show with the first match of the night, but before we talk about that first match of the night, we gotta talk about The Rock. Now, we did see The Rock arriving to the arena, so he's there on SmackDown. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then Kevin Owens comes out there because he's getting ready for his match, and then Dominic Mysterio comes out, and Dominic starts cutting a promo, talking about, well, he kept on trying to talk, but the fans just booing him louder and louder and louder, and couldn't really hear Dom. And then Dominic was talking about how Finn Balor and Damian Priest is going to retain the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships at Elimination Chamber. He was talking about how Rhea Ripley is going to retain her title at Elimination Chamber, and he was talking about how he's going to win the Elimination Chamber match. So yeah, that's what he was saying. Good stuff. But yeah, we get to the match. Kevin Owens versus Dominic Mysterio in a Elimination Chamber qualifying match. So yeah, we get to this match, and this match was a pretty good match. It was going back and forth and everything between these two guys. But then, during the match, R-Truth comes up when, going face-to-face with Dominic out there, and then, he's just doing his thing, just standing out there, and kept on calling Kevin Owens Miz and all that stuff. But yeah, it was just going back and forth between these two guys, and then we started getting towards the ending of this match where we see Dominic, he got Kevin Owens down on the mat. He climbs up the top turnbuckle and jumps off with a frog splash, but Kevin Owens moves out the way, so Dominic hits the mat, and then Kevin Owens climbs up there and jumps off with a swanton bomb onto Dominic. He pins him, 1, 2, Dominic barely kicks out at 2, but then after that happened, we see... And then after that, Dominic starts beating down Kevin Owens and all that stuff, jumping over him from the pop-up powerbomb. He drop kicks Kevin Owens onto the ropes, hits a 619 onto him. He pins him, 1, 2, Kevin Owens kicks out at 2. Dominic starts looking at R-Truth, talking about, hey, give me a steel chair. And R-Truth was like, I'm out the Judgment Day. And Dominic was like, well, I'm putting you back in the Judgment Day. You're in the Judgment Day now. Give me a steel chair. And Kevin Owens, R-Truth wouldn't do it at first, but then he decides to go ahead and grabs a steel chair. So he grabs the chair. Instead of handing it over to Dominic, he actually just sits down on the chair. And it just upsets Dominic, and Dominic turns around and tries to clothesline Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens ducks it. Dominic hits the ropes in, and he gets hit with a super kick by Owens, and then Owens throws him to the ropes, hitting the pop-up powerbomb onto him, and he pins him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Kevin Owens defeated Dominic Mysterio tonight in the Elimination Chamber qualifying match. So yeah, Kevin Owens qualifies into the Elimination Chamber match with, I think it's Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, and LA Knight. I think that's everybody, if I'm not mistaken. And Bobby Lashley, there we go. So yeah, one more qualifying match later on tonight. But yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good stuff for that match and all that stuff. I'll give it 3 stars. That's what I'll give it. But then, after the match ended, we see Caleb Braxton interviewing Drew McIntyre backstage, and Drew McIntyre was talking about, about this is like his redemption, pretty much. Talking about how things got taken away from him, all that stuff, all that. And LA Knight comes up and he says he's getting sick and tired of hearing about this stuff because he says that he's been on the roster for a little bit now, and Drew McIntyre still never been champion, and they was getting into it, and they was talking about how they're going to beat the hell out of each other. So yeah, that's what was happening there, and yeah, just pretty good stuff right there. They'll probably have a match tonight or next week or something, but yeah. That's what happened there. Pretty good stuff, and the referees and all them had pulled them apart and all that. But then after that, we see Roman Reigns arriving to the arena, and Paul Heyman as well. And Roman, he looks like he's in a good mood. He went up and hugged Jimmy Uso and said, let's go do some business. So yeah, that's what happened there. See what Roman and Rock will be doing later on tonight. And up next, there'll be another Elimination Chamber qualifying match. It'll be Zelina Vega versus Tiffany Stratton 1-on-1. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. Something exciting to happen on Friday Night SmackDown. We'll get to the next match of the night, but before we talk about that match, we got to talk about a segment that happened backstage. So yeah, we see, I think it was Caleb Braxton that was interviewing Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, and they was talking about how Tyler Bate came up with a new name for him, and it was just a really whack name, and even Pete Dunne looks at me and goes like, what the hell is that? you know. But yeah, they were somehow they're going to beat the Judgment Day and become the new undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. And then Dominic Mysterio comes up and he says that they can't even beat none of the members of the Judgment Day. And Tyler Bate was like, well, for sure. All right, how about this? Us two versus you and Nora Truth. And Dominic was like, he's not even a part of the Judgment Day, and then walks off. He goes like, fine, you and JD then. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then we get to the next match of the night. It was Tiffany Stratton versus Zelina Vega one-on-one in a Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Now, the OWO stayed backstage for a little bit of time in this match. It was just going back and forth and everything up until Zelina Vega spots Santos Escobar, Humberto, Angel, and Alexa Lopez, Legado del Fantasma right there at ringside, pretty much over the barricade in the crowd and all that stuff, sitting down watching the match. So yeah, she spots him, and eventually we see Carlito, Joaquin Wilde, and Cruz del Toro, the OWO, come out there, and yeah, it was just going on pretty good. And then Zelina Vega was over there by Legado, and then we see Alexa Lopez talking a lot of crap to Zelina, and then Zelina grabs Alexa, pulls her over the barricade, and then tosses her right back over the barricade with Legado. And then she tries to get back into the ring. When she was stepping underneath the bottom rope to get back into the ring, Tiffany Stratton kicks her in the face, grabs her, and hits a spine buster onto her, and then hits the prettiest moonsault ever, and then pins her for the 3 count. So yeah, Tiffany Stratton defeated Zelina Vega tonight in a Elimination Chamber qualifying match. That's what happened. Great match, though. I'll give that match 2.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was a good one. But yeah, that's what happened there. So yeah, Tiffany Stratton qualifies into the Women's Elimination Chamber match with Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. Yeah, I think that's all the women, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's probably another one, but yeah, that's what happened there. And yeah, then after that, we see AJ Styles sitting backstage, and then Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and Mia Yim. The OC comes up, and Carl Anderson was talking about how AJ Styles lost himself and all that stuff, and Styles was like, yo, you think I lost myself? And he pushes Anderson pushes him back, and then Styles slaps him in the face, and Anderson looks at him and he goes like, you better be lucky it's me, that is just you, because if it was anybody else, I would have beat the hell out of him right now. So yeah, that's what he was saying. And then after that, we see AOP getting ready and stuff for, I guess they got a match later on tonight. So yeah, that's what he was doing. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, we get to the next match of the night. It was Razor Akam, the Authors of Pain, with Karrion Kross, Scarlett, and Paul Ellering, the Final Testament, versus 2 local competitors, 2 guys from NXT. I think one of them's name is Javier, and I forgot what was the other one's name. But yeah, just 2 guys, and they got beat the hell out of by the Authors of Pain, where we see Akam and Razor just tossing them around. They picked them both up and run them into each other, like where they got them in a powerbomb, and they hit a powerbomb onto both of them. And then we see the Authors of Pain hit their tag team finish move, that powerbomb nutbreaker move, onto Javier, and then he pins him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, the Authors of Pain won the match against the 2 local competitors. That's what happened. So yeah, for that match, I'll give it 1 star, because it showed what the Authors of Pain are all about. So yeah, that's what happened there, showcasing what they can do again. But yeah, then after that match, we see Byron Saxton interviewing the United States Champion Logan Paul, and Logan Paul was telling everybody that they better be thanking him, make a thank you Logan trending on X and all that stuff, because of him coming on the SmackDown on a free show and facing the Miz. And he says that he's going to knock out Miz tonight, and he says he's going to qualify into the Elimination Chamber match. So yeah, that's what he says. And yeah, later on tonight, Logan Paul versus the Miz in a Elimination Chamber qualifying match. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, we get to the next match of the night. It was Logan Paul versus The Miz one-on-one in a Elimination Chamber qualifying match. So yeah, we get to this match, and this match, it was a pretty damn good match. It was going back and forth and everything. I would say this match was probably better than their match at SummerSlam, a year ago? Yeah, about a year ago, whatever, 2 years ago. So yeah, I would say it was better than their SummerSlam match. But yeah, this match, it was a pretty damn good one. It was going back and forth and everything. Miz trying to do everything that he could do to try to beat Logan Paul, like he had that co-breaker in the corner, only getting a 2 count. But then we start getting towards the ending of this match where we see Logan Paul grabbing, the Miz grabbing Logan Paul's leg, try to lock on the figure 4 leg lock onto him, but Logan Paul was grabbing onto the ring apron, pulling it up and all that stuff, and was not letting go. Well, when the referee finally got him to let go and the referee's fixing the ring apron stuff, Logan Paul got back up and he pokes Miz in the eyes, and then he hits the Skull Crusher finale onto Miz. He pins him 1, 2, Miz barely kicks out at 2. But then Logan Paul was trying to figure out some ways to go win the match, so he goes up to his friend Jeff over there at ringside, and he tries to get a pair of brass knuckles. Well, Miz comes up and knocks Logan Paul down and took the brass knuckles. He was thinking about using them, but the referee's telling him, like, hey, you're going to get disqualified if you use them. Well, Miz throws the brass knuckles away, throws Logan Paul back into the ring. He's on the ring apron, about to hit a springboard move up until Logan Paul hides behind the referee. So Miz couldn't hit the move, and Miz tried to get back into the ring, but Logan Paul hits him in the face, and then he punches him with that KO punch, and Miz falls onto Logan. Logan catches him, and then pretty much hits like an STO onto Miz, pinning him for the 3 count. So yeah, Logan Paul defeated the Miz tonight in a 1-on-1 match, and he qualifies into the Elimination Chamber match, so he is the final participant in that match. So yeah, for that match, I'll give it 3.5 stars. That's why I'll give it a damn good match between Logan Paul and the Miz right there. Great one right there. So yeah, 3.5 stars. That's why I'll give that match. But yeah, then after that, we see Nick Aldis backstage in the office with Jay Cargill and Braun Breaker trying to give him sign SmackDown contracts. And back there, we see Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan and all that stuff. And then Tiffany Stratton comes in there talking a lot of crap to Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, talking about, like, which one do I got to pin first? Because I don't know how the match goes. And do I got to pin you, or vice versa, or what? And, you know, all of them was getting at it, going at it and all that stuff. And Nick Aldis tells Tiffany Stratton to get out of the office, and he tells them, like, let's go somewhere else to sign this contract. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good stuff though. So yeah, like I said, for that match, I'll give it 3.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. But yeah, up next it'll be Naomi versus Alba Fire 1-on-1 in the Elimination Chamber qualifying match up next for the women's side. So yeah, and later on tonight we'll see Roman Reigns and The Rock on SmackDown. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, we get to the next match of the night. But before we talk about that match, we see the WWE Women's Champion, Io Sky, Asuka, and Kairi saying Damage Control talk, and they said that they are Damage Control and that they're going to go after Dakota Kai after what she did last week on SmackDown and all that stuff, and they said they're going to get their hands on Bayley as well. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then we get to the next match of the night. It was Naomi versus Alba Fire 1-on-1. Isla Dawn was at ringside for this match, and it was a Elimination Chamber qualifying match for the women. So yeah, we get to this match, and this match was a pretty good match. At one point we see Naomi had Alba Fire roll up for a pin, but she kicked out at 2, and then when she kicked out, it kicked Naomi all the way to the corner, to the ropes or whatever, and the referee didn't see it, but Isla Dawn comes up and punches Naomi in the face, and then that's when Alba Fire rolls her up for a pin, only getting a 2 count out of it. And then at one point we actually see Isla Dawn popping up on the ring apron, and Naomi comes up and kicks her upside the head, knocking her off the ring apron. And we see Alba Fire on her knees, and then that's when Naomi comes up with a scissor-like head drive into the mat or whatever, onto Alba Fire, and then locks on the submission hold when she got both her arms trapped like an Anaconda Vice and pulling her head, making Alba Fire tap out. So yeah, Naomi defeated Alba Fire tonight in a 1-on-1 match, and she has qualified into the Elimination Chamber match. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty damn good match, but yeah, good stuff. So yeah, Naomi qualifies into the Women's Elimination Chamber match with Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Tiffany Stratton. So yeah, those are all the women that's qualifying to the Women's Elimination Chamber match, and there's going to be one more qualifying match for the women's side on Raw. So yeah, pretty good match though. I'll give that match 2.5 stars. That's why I'll give it a good match between Naomi and Alba Fire. And yeah, Naomi gets a new theme song as well. It's not amazing anymore. It's a new one where she's singing and stuff. So yeah, it was a pretty good one. But yeah, she got a new theme song as well. And then after that match, we see Bailey walking backstage. Dakota Kai comes up and asking Bailey for her help and all that stuff because Damage Control is going to get her as well. And Bailey was talking about how she gets to see what she got to do because, that she gets to handle Damage Control, and she says that she don't trust nobody at the moment. So, yeah, that's what Bailey said. But then after that, we see Nick Aldis come out there, and he says that he did got one free agent signed, and that was Braun Breaker. So, Braun Breaker comes out there and signs a contract, and he's now officially a part of SmackDown, and he's doing the handshake and all that with Nick Aldis, getting pictures and all that stuff taken. So, yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good stuff. And, yeah, up next, we're going to be seeing Roman Reigns and The Rock up next on SmackDown. So, yeah, we're going to see what they got to say up next. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later. Until then. So, the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, we get to the next segment of the night where we see the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns with Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman with the Bloodline. So, yeah, the Bloodline comes walking down, and Roman Reigns tells Salt Lake City, Utah, to acknowledge him, and that tonight is a big night, and then he starts calling everybody idiots and calling them all stupid and all that stuff. He says that tonight is the biggest night in WWE history, and he says that The Rock is joining the Bloodline. So, yeah, that's what Roman Reigns said, and he introduces The Rock. The Rock comes out, and this is pretty much Hollywood Rock. Like, this is damn good. The Rock comes out there and obviously starts insulting everybody, calling pretty much everybody inbreds and all that stuff, which is funny. At one point, he got on to one guy saying, "Hey, fat ass, shut up before I go over there and slap the herpes off your face, off your mouth." So, yeah, that's what Rock said. It was pretty funny stuff, what The Rock was talking about. And then The Rock starts talking about, like, what is Cody Rhodes' story and all that stuff, because he says that all these people wants to get on X while they're on the toilet and the Cody Crybabies wants to start tweeting at him. Cody needs to finish the story. Cody needs to finish the story. And he says that, what is Cody Rhodes' story anyways? And he says that whatever it is, he'd say he don't care. He says that what happened was Cody lost last year at WrestleMania. He says that Cody wants to complain and all this stuff. Instead of being a man and walking away and moving forward with life, he says that he was to complain and come back and all that stuff. So, yeah, that's what he was saying. And he started bringing up about what happened at the Super Bowl with the Chiefs beating the 49ers. And he says that the 49ers didn't complain, told him, oh, we need to finish our story. He says, nah, they shut up and they moved on. And he says that about the Utah Jazz and how Michael Jordan came over there and beat him and all that stuff. And he says that the Utah Jazz shut up and moved on. And he says that's what Cody Rhodes needs to do, is shut up and move on. So, yeah, that's what The Rock was saying. Pretty good stuff right there. And, Rock was just insulting Cody Rhodes and the fans and all that stuff, which is always funny. And Jimmy Uso couldn't keep a damn straight face at all. Like, you could see this man about to bust out laughing the whole time, really. And it was just funny stuff. But, yeah, Hollywood Rock is back pretty much. Great stuff right there. And he tells everybody, if you smell, and then he cuts everybody off, and he says, no, you don't get to say that with me. And he says that it's going to be different if you smell what the Bloodline is cooking. And, yeah, that's what he does, and everybody throw out the ones. But, yeah, that's what happened there. Great stuff. Great segment. I really loved it right there. For tonight's episode, Friday Night SmackDown, I'll give it 8.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was a great episode. Extra, I'll give it 9 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was a great episode, though. So, yeah, 9 stars. But, yeah, tonight's episode of SmackDown was really good. I liked the segment. Match of the night, I'll probably say, was Logan Paul versus The Miz. That match was really good. Kevin Owens versus Dominic Mysterio was pretty good as well. And, yeah, it was just some good stuff. And Braun Breaker's on SmackDown, which he'll be making his SmackDown in-ring debut next week. But, yeah, a lot of stuff. But, yeah, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Bales, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. I'll be down there in the description box. And I'll see you guys later for tomorrow night's AEW Collision reviews. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Till then.